So, Anetta,
Yes,
why are you stoked?
I am stoked because we are getting ready to talk about something that 99.9% of the people on the planet struggle with. And the other 1/10 of 1% are lying if they say they don't.
Your mindset can be your best friend or your worst enemy.
And even when you said mindset, some people said, oh, I already know what that is. I've done mindset retreats. I've read stuff about mindset. That is a mindset right there.
If you've ever felt like I'm not enough, I'm not smart enough, I'm not educated enough, I'm not creative enough, I'm not tall enough, I'm not short enough, I didn't work hard enough, or this person has an advantage over me. And how about this one? It's too late. I've wasted too much time. I'll never get there. If you've ever had any of those thoughts, then this is for you. Mindset reset. I'm going to go out on a limb. I'm going to go out on a limb and say, look,
Right.
If you've ever doubted yourself, if you've ever struggled with self-doubt or beat yourself up ever, or lost your confidence, or you've ever felt like you're not enough, anything that has ever been in your mind that tells you that the reason why I'm not further in life is because, that's what we're going to be talking about.
Yeah.
Mindset reset. And I'm stoked about this because, look, Anetta, have you ever had a mindset that held you back?
Oh my goodness. How much time do we have? And even when you said mindset reset, some people said, oh, I already know what that is. I've done mindset retreats. I've read stuff about mindset. That is a mindset right there.
There you go. There you go. And that mindset right there, when I think about it, it makes me think, what else do they have that mindset about? I already know that. You know what that's called? Some people, they don't know, and they don't know that they don't know. And they're called the unconscious incompetent. Correct. They already think they know, like I already know about this mindset thing. I can guarantee you right now, everybody listening, you have default mindsets that are automatic for you that you're not even aware of. And tonight we're going to talk about a few of those, or today, whatever time of day you're listening to this, we're going to talk about that. I'm going to say this might be the most important session, this mindset reset challenge that we're about to do for 3 days. It might be the most important challenge or event you attend this year. I know I'm going out on a limb to say that.
I think that's safe to say, because what we're going to be talking about affects the way you show up in any other thing you're going to do, personally or professionally.
Yeah.
How's that for a teaser?
Yeah. And you know what? You can never turn your mind off. So
no, because even when you go to sleep, it comes up with weird dreams.
Yeah, but here's the scary part is that most of our thinking is not even thinking, it's default thinking. Most people wake up. Have you ever woke up and negative thoughts were already in your mind before the day even started?
Yes, and you say, oh, this is going to be a horrible day. And everything that happens just checks that box.
Well, you know what happens when you do that? This is going to be a horrible day. It's like there's like a crew that's listening. Wait a minute, what did you say? It's going to be a horrible day? Okay, so the chairman of that crew has to say, okay, well, we're going to have to create that.
Yes, let's get busy.
Let's get busy.
It's your subconscious mind. It's that part of you that you don't even know is going on. Because, you know, our conscious mind, the awareness that we have, can only process so much information, but your subconscious mind is taking in everything around you. And there's some statistics, but the number is irrelevant at this point. So wherever you are, if I said, okay, pay attention to your left foot and how it feels in your shoe, or how it feels on the carpet, or how it feels in your sock. Now you're focusing on your left foot. You weren't thinking about it a minute ago, but that sensation was there anyway.
I just did it.
So there's all kinds of stuff going on in the background that we don't acknowledge because we we can't process it all.
Yeah, and the other thing that, you know, we have this self-talk that we do all the time. We talk to ourselves. We're not talking out loud. I hope you're not
Hopefully
talking.
not out loud.
And then you definitely don't want to say, huh, after you've said it. So, but 80% of that self-talk for most people is negative.
Yes.
It's negative. And so being that it's on autopilot and it's negative and it's default, and it's like default thinking, you can't even change it until you become aware of it. So that's what Mindset Reset is all about. And we want you to know that this is not an event. Mindset Reset is not an event. It's a process. You're not going to change your mind and your mindset in 3 days, 5 days, even 21 days. As a matter of fact, you're going to need to use the tools that we're going to give you for the rest of your life. But these tools will absolutely give you the arsenal to be able to win, to have a winning mindset. Instead of thinking this, I'm going to think this. Yeah. And so let's get into a mindset, Annetta, that we have like 13 different mindsets that we've identified that are super powerful. It's like, I don't know which one of these juicy ones we want to give you, but let's pick one.
Like
let's
close our eyes and point.
Pick one. Let's pick one and let's talk about one. And we're going to show you how mindsets work and how they even have names. So let's talk about
magical thinking.
Magical thinking. What's that?
That's when you think everything is going to be better when fill in the blank. I'm going to find the love of my life when I lose 30 pounds. I'm going to start my business when I finish school. Whatever that is, we have all had those. When this happens, then I get to do blank.
Wow. So that's magical thinking. And
magical thinking. When I lose 30 pounds, I'm going to have people coming at me left and right. You know, when I get my certification, everybody's going to want to work with me. When I finish school, then I can call myself a professional.
Yeah. And
there's
so what?
Always a precondition for something happening with magical thinking.
Yeah. So I think then people are delaying their happiness and even delaying their dreams until this thing happens.
Whatever this thing is.
When my kids grow up and get out of my house,
yes,
then my business is going to tell. Then I'm going to be happy. Then I'm going to start traveling again.
Right. When my spouse changes, then I'll be happy.
Ooh. Well, I hate to burst your bubble on that one. But people don't change very easily. Have you noticed?
And you can't make them change.
Have you noticed how hard it is for people to change? Like, do you know somebody personally you've been trying to change?
Like the person in the mirror?
Hello. So if you're waiting for somebody else to change for you to be happy in your life,
you might as well buckle up, baby, because you're not getting out of the car anytime soon. You know, that's a long ride.
And that's a mindset that people have that they don't even realize. Some people have put their dreams on hold, have put their happiness on hold, have put their joy on hold, have put their best life on hold because it's when this other thing happens.
But it sounds reasonable.
Because it's magic.
It sounds good.
It's magic.
So it's like this really sneaky way of not doing anything.
So that's what's happening.
Very sneaky.
That gives me a reason. That gives me a reason of why I'm not doing certain things. So check this out, Annetta.
It's not me. It's when this other thing happens. It's when this other person changes. It's not me. They need to do something. It needs to happen.
So let me ask the $1 million question. What is that mindset costing you? What does that mindset that when this happens, then what is that mindset costing you right now? What does it cost you in the past? I mean, that's a legitimate question. One day I noticed that one of the things negative mindsets do is it keeps you from doing things that you want to do, that you said you want to do, dreams and goals that you have, and you're not even aware of why you're not doing it. But that's a mindset that keeps you from doing it. And waiting for anything at this point. I mean, Annetta, you talked to me a little earlier and we were talking about If people understood this, they could just go for it, because now they know.
Yes,
I'm not
awareness
waiting.
is the first step. You've got to be aware of
Yeah.
what's going on. You got to be aware of a thing before you can change it.
Yeah.
You can't change something you're not aware of.
True. So
And
I would
that
say
sounds
that's
so simple, but it's the simple stuff that just goes.
well, guess what? Even right now, as we're talking about this, there's somebody listening, and you can start having a mindset reset right this minute, because you realize, wait a minute, I have been delaying my own dreams, my own goals. I'm waiting for some event to happen. I'm waiting to get these ducks to line up in a row, and then everything's going to take off.
And I'm hearing somebody out there going, yeah, but Bob and Annetta, you don't understand.
Oh no, we don't understand, because we ain't never had to deal with a
No.
stinking mindset. I can tell you one thing. I was on a plane one day going to Las Vegas, and I was going through one of my goals book, and I looked at something that I had written down with bold letters and highlighted in yellow. And I said, this is what I'm going to do when I get back from this conference. 2 years later, I looked at the paper, Annetta, I still hadn't done it. I said, Bob Yates, you still haven't done that. Why haven't you done this thing that you said you were going to do?
Wrong.
And I can say, yeah, but here's the thing. I know now what it was. It was a mindset that kept me from doing it.
Yeah.
It kept me from doing it, and partially a comfort zone too, which is another thing.
That's a whole different animal.
So, so with this mindset reset challenge that we're going to be doing starting next week or starting in a few days, depending on when you're listening to this, we've put together something that we know is probably one of the biggest problems. And Annetta, is this just for people like ordinary, everyday people, that like workers that have this mindset? Or have you noticed that even some of the greatest minds on earth have trouble with mindsets?
Of course they do. That's why they have advisors and boards of directors and coaches, because you cannot see the picture if you're standing in the frame.
Right.
You need somebody else's perspective. And all high achievers, professional athletes, heads of state, heads of corporations, they always have someone else who can answer the question, what am I not seeing? What am I missing? What's another way to look at this? Am I losing my mind? Does this make sense? I mean, those questions are asked from government to corporate to entrepreneurs to relationships. Parents ask those questions.
Yeah.
I mean, if you got a brain,
if you have a mind, you have mindsets, and all of them are not good.
Right.
I remember listening to Sugar Ray Leonard talk about this once, and I've never forgot this. He said before a fight, he could look in the mirror, and if he saw Ray Leonard, he said, I'm going to lose this. Well, he said, first of all, if I saw Sugar Ray Leonard, I could beat Mike Tyson. He said, if I saw Ray Leonard, it's going to be a rough night.
Wow.
He knew before the fight if he was going to win the fight based on a mindset going into the fight.
Yes. Do you know they've done experiments with Olympic athletes and professional athletes where they actually put on these devices where they actually see themselves performing their event. They're just
visualizing it.
Visualizing themselves performing the event, and the same areas of their brains that fires off the muscles that they would use actually. And I'm paraphrasing this, so don't, nitpickers don't say, well, you didn't quite get it right. Just follow the principle.
Yeah.
They found that the same areas of the brain fired that would fire if they were actually doing it. The muscles actually fire. Your mind controls everything.
Ooh.
Don't you think you should have a little bit of control over it and not let it just kidnap you and take you anywhere it wants to go? Because it will.
Wow. Yeah. So the most powerful computer on planet Earth is right here. I heard a saying once that you can make a living with your hands, you can make a fortune with your mind. That's how powerful it is. As a matter of fact, you have a mindset around money. You have a mindset about who others think you are. You have a mindset about yourself, how smart you are, how brilliant you are, how dumb you are, if that's your mindset. You have mindsets about relationships. You have mindsets about every major area. So it's not mindset, it's mindsets. You have a mindset about God and how he thinks about you.
And that goes into another mindset.
Wow.
We're not going to tell you all of them. They're
Guess
really
what?
good.
We're going to even tell you some of the negative mindsets that have held us back. We're going to be fully transparent in this challenge so that you can learn right along with us, because this is a mindset reset for us, as well as it is. I couldn't even get that out. As well as it is. I can't get that word out.
As well as it is.
Don't stop showing off. Stop showing off. I said it that way.
Oh, see, that's a mindset. I wasn't showing off. I had your back.
Yeah,
I had your back.
So look, so we were going to give them one today. We only talked about magical thinking.
Yeah.
Right? We didn't even get into another one. We said
are we going to do the other one, or are we just going to tease them?
I think no, I don't want to tease them. I want to tell them what one of the other one is, and we'll give it like 30 seconds.
Mind reading.
Mind reading. Let's do that one.
Mind reading. You make assumptions about what other people are thinking. And sometimes we even say things like, well, I know you think so and so and so and so when I did that.
Oh,
no,
really?
I didn't.
Wow.
No, but thank you for telling me what you thought.
I wasn't thinking that at all. I've heard people, I've had people, Annetta, that are members of our organization that have been members with me think that I was upset with them for like not coming to events or something like that. And they knew I was upset with them. They were reading my mind, which, man, I'm not upset with you. As a matter of fact, one of the mindsets that I learned a long time ago from being in a controlling environment is when it's time for people to move on, they get what they need from Circle of Champions, go for it. If you're not coming to my event and you're out there doing it, that's my mindset. I didn't train you up to keep you. I trained you to go.
Yes.
Yeah. And, you know, there's some mindsets that people have, though, when people leave their life, they take it personally. That's another one.
That's another one. But the mind reading is like, you know, I didn't get the job because they thought I was too old. You don't know that.
They tell you that?
Yeah. And we one of my early mentors said, you don't have to believe everything you think.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
And I love that. I have to remind myself.
I've done mind reading. I've done mind reading.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Oh, you probably think so and so. Oh, you think so and so and so. People do that all the time.
All the time. We're thinking what they're thinking that they're not thinking, but this is what we think they're thinking.
Oh, that was deep.
I know.
Okay,
I couldn't even say it again if I wanted to.
Here's a great quote about mind reading, and it's by Ann Landers. And she said, when we're in our 20s, we worry about what people think of us. In our 40s, we don't care what people think of us. And in our 60s, we realize they haven't been thinking about us at all.
That is hilarious, but it's
it just kind of sums it up, doesn't it?
Ain't nobody thinking about you. Look, they're hoping you don't find them out. Look, so one of the things we're going to be talking about, and I'm going to give you a list of things we're going to be teaching, and I like that, is how to overcome imposter syndrome and feeling like a fraud. So a mindset sometimes that we might have, I don't want to start talking about it, I'm tempted to, but have you ever felt like if people knew me, maybe they wouldn't do business?
Yeah, they're going to figure it. They're going to figure it out. They're going to figure out that I'm winging it. Right. Never mind that you've been doing this for 30 years.
And never mind that some of them are winging it.
Yes.
Hello.
Let's see, we don't even take it there.
Hey, every once in a while, all of us have to wing it. You know, every once in a while.
It's called life.
Hey, I've done it. I've done some amazing feats winging it every once in a while. What is your current mindset costing you? Now, this may shock you. We're going to actually do an exercise that's going to help you see the cost of a mindset that's not supporting you. There's a cost to that.
Yeah.
There's reasons in my life and maybe in your life and others' life, Annetta, where if we had had a different way of thinking, but you couldn't change it on your own. That's the problem.
No.
You can't change it because you're not aware of it. But what is your mindset costing you? How to recognize and defeat self-limiting beliefs and negative self-talk. And I talked about that negative self-talk. I just became more aware of this in the last, say, like I'm super aware of it now. It's like I'll have a thought come through my mind that's really negative. And I said, wow, I just thought that thought. You helped me with that.
Yeah.
I just
That's
thought that
one of my little coaching tricks.
Yeah, but you know what? If you think about it, if you don't check that thought, I'm tempted to say, what I've had some sometimes where it's like, people don't know that people like you and me would ever think that way. It's like,
but part of what we do is being transparent and saying we deal with the same stuff you do.
Yeah.
We just figured out or worked with people who were farther along the path than we are to have tools to handle that.
So when I said I'm going to go out on a limb, I know that this could be the turning point. If you haven't had a so good 2021, and we have another whole quarter in this year to play, sometimes you could be down in the first 3 quarters of a game, man. You can come back and kill it. That's a mindset.
It ain't over till it's over.
It ain't over till it's over. And so if you want to have a phenomenal fourth quarter, let's start with a mindset reset.